Welcome to Tony's online tuning class. Our hope is to help you make positive changes in your life with these recordings by providing you with guided messages from Spirit. This tuning class will give you the means to enhance your energy through the use of tuning forks, crystals, meditation, and distance healing. These energy-driven classes do not alter or shift your energies, but to help you release outdated thoughts and beliefs from your past to help you feel lighter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your vibrational growth with us. The soul star is an incredible part of our energy. Where it's located is just above our heads. If you've seen the picture that I posted with the cat, with the light just above, animals are connected always that way. Roughly 6 inches to 8 inches above our heads, about the size of your fist, right above your head, is this beautiful bright light. And it is this beautiful translucent white light just above your head, and it never dims. It is always bright, it's always shining, it's always this high resolution, beautiful light. Nothing can dim it, but the distance between that light and your head, that's where there's going to be some variance. So it's a little bit like this, where you have this, and then somebody will put sort of a lampshade over it, create sort of a dimmer view of who you might be, a dimmer view of what others see in you. And we're going to get a little bit into that so that you'll fully understand why we're trying to clear this particular part of our chakra. One of the things that are great, if you have any clear quartz, or if you have, and of course it vibrates to the color of white. White is the highest vibration color, just short of purple. And it connects us to that higher energy. It's always the bigger question that they are. Somebody doesn't think that they're very powerful, and they think they're actually less than, and they don't see the brilliance in them, and they see flaws in themselves, then they will see flaws in everybody else. One of the questions you may ask is, well, what really changes the light from this brilliance before it enters us? Because when we talked about the crown chakra, we looked at the analogy of having like a skylight or a moonroof in your car. It's this window of light that comes into your system, and that's how everything starts. And we worked mostly on the inside. When we worked on the crown chakra, if you remember, we went to sort of to the top of your head, and we cleaned this window on the inside. Today, we're going to be clearing the window on the outside. It's like having a foot of snow on top of your car, and it's covering your moonroof, or a foot of snow on your house. If you have a skylight in your house, not very much light is coming in. So it is the outside work that we are working with today. The question would be, why is this a big deal? What is the reason for even clearing this on a daily basis? You know, we have kids, we've got businesses to run, we've got people to see. And so why is this so important in this particular energy? Well, this bright light that is on top of our head has all of the health, fortune, all the insight, everything you dip into, everything you represent is in that light. Everything you represent is in that light. When we look at people that don't have a really great concept of themselves, it's amazing. My dog is barking because we're actually touching on some of the people that is actually dimming this light. And Spirit is always very adamant about nobody should snuff your light, and they're quite firm about it. In other words, they sent you this beautiful light. Why is it that it's not coming in? So a lot of people will say, well, I just can't see myself as doing that, or I can't envision something. And it's because someone along the way told you you couldn't do something, that you were less than, you weren't enough, you weren't fast enough, tall enough, smart enough. Oh, too bad you were a girl, too bad you were a boy. Whatever the point was, is that they saw a flaw in whatever you are in. And you came in perfect. You came in absolutely perfect. This light, between this light and the top of your head, is really where the work is going to go on that starts the dimming of that light before it gets in. Now, the reason that there's 4 stages, and as I mentioned, is that from the third eye to the crown to the soul star And next week, we're going to be doing what we call the astral, or it's like a universal energy. Those four is anywhere in there, and starting from the soul star down, where that light could start to get dimmer. And then if your crown is a little bit clouded on the outside, it gets a little dimmer, and the inside a little dimmer. The third eye a little. See, as you see, when you don't think that you are this incredible being, that you have power, it affects all of the chakras in some way. But that light, when it comes in, is really the way that you're going to get that insight. That's why it's important. People that are really on top of the world, they really can manifest very quickly. Their soul star and their crown are very clear in this sense. And they also have a sense of humanity. They love animals. Like sometimes we'll see business people that all they care about is business, but they'll kick a dog or something. So all they care about is that money part. So they're manifesting it from the earth, but they're only getting to a certain point. And as soon as they start to hit the throat and higher, that's where they get stuck. And that's why when they become wealthy or they attain all their goals, they're not happy because they don't feel complete. And it is best to, like the Spirit is saying, it's best to be complete all the way through this process, from where you were standing to where you're going to be, whether it be working yourself up the ladder or whether it be being successful. Being connected all the way through will give you that extra sense of happiness all the way through. That way you're kind of attaining everything. So this part of your energy between the soul star and your head on the outside is where it starts to affect yourself. When somebody tells you that you'll never amount to anything, or whether it be like a coach, a friend, a teacher, and I don't know why teachers sometimes do that, but I have heard that recently, that some teachers, when person was younger, constantly putting them down in front of the class, ridicule. And then that was followed only by being bullied in the schoolyard and so on. And all these things are happening. And when we accept that, okay, we are not that great of a being, that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm not sure if anybody knows who Lindsay Sterling is. She's a violinist, that she would be playing the violin and dancing at the same time. Now, you could check this out on YouTube after, it's quite a remarkable story, but just to give you a nutshell of what happened, she was a great violinist. Her dancing was okay, like it was good. Then she appeared on America's Got Talent. After her performance, one of the judges, I think his name was Sterling or Rod or whatever it was, but I don't remember people that have a negative attitude, so forgive me, raked her over the coals, told her how awful she was, what on earth are you doing in the entertainment industry? This is what you are doing. It's best to go back to whatever job you were in because you're terrible. You don't play the violin that great. Your dancing is atrocious. It's really a wasting of my time to watch this. Like, it was really bad. She took that, and you could take that in two different ways. The way she ended up taking it, the one way, of course, is to just say, okay, I really made a mistake. I am really dreaming about this. There's no way I'll amount to anything. But her light was so strong. And this is where Spirit said, all she could think about was she could still see her being on stage and doing videos and all of this in a modern way where people would love her to play the violin and dance at the same time. She just saw it, and she couldn't get rid of it. That spurred her on, okay, I'm not measuring up to whatever the humans are looking at standards, and she was looking for insight. And all that they said was start taking dancing lessons, and she was literally within a year, I think 8 hours a day, every day, she would be having dancing instructors and more people to show her how she could do some of the moves while she's playing the violin. It's not easy to hit those notes and to do all those things that she does, you'll see on videos. In the end, she launched her career with this new idea, and she doesn't sing. A lot of people said, you should sing because you are a good violinist. And she doesn't sing because she always saw herself just playing and dancing. And she now has over 11 million people on YouTube and has one of the highest, if not the highest, ratings in the YouTube in history, because she saw this light and didn't let it go and didn't let anyone extinguish it. And that's how strong that soul star is. It shines bright at 1,000 watts. You want to make sure that by the time it comes into your system, it's also at that same intensity. And it only comes by hanging on to whatever that light is and not listening to the people that only see faults in themselves, that is expressing their faults and splashing on you. Does that make sense? That's what we're going to be clearing today. You'll have clarity in so many things that you do. Somebody will say something, you say, no, and I don't know why. They don't even have to check it. They just know that there's something wrong with something. So it's just so the clarity is right there. What kind of light are you seeing? Are you really that convicted in what you do? Or is it something your mind is making up? If your mind is making it up, it's really hard because there's no soul star that's involved. Remember, whatever you're doing right now is because of that profession chose you. You just happen to sort of answer the call, okay? If you really love what you do, okay? If you're a singer, a dancer, if you're a teacher, it's not, you might have started off saying, okay, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or whatever. And somewhere in there, they said, this isn't really my passion. And then you follow that. That's that light. You're not there to please someone else humanly, that, yes, you did a great job. It's the first thing that we do. So when a person has a really strong chakra here, they're very certain at what they do. And there's so much information in there. And the ringing in the ear and all these other things are your validations that you're getting that information as you're going through it. When somebody says you can't do something, do you buy into it? Their opinion is strictly what the limitations they see in themselves. So that's what we're going to be clearing today. The biggest thing we want you to do today is I want you to think of all the people that has told you you couldn't do something or that you would never amount to something. I want you to think of all those people over the years that gave you that. Because even though you moved through it and have all that, that's the little snow that's outside of your skylight. In this meditation, what we're going to do is have you go on top of the house or get on top of the car, and I want you to see what is there. Some people will see snow, like very light snow that's impeding the light before it goes into the window. Other people will see dirt. Other people will see leaves. And so just make a note of those things. It doesn't matter really what it is, but for you, you'll see something, but in the end, the reason that there's not enough light will be the same. It's blocked. Something is in its way. Whether you use a rake or a shovel or a broom or a leaf blower to blow off some of that stuff on top of the house or on top of your car so that you could see this window. The other thing I want you to look at is what shape do you see this window that is on top of your head? Some people will see it as a square. Some will see it as a circle, an oval, whatever. Okay, so we'll talk about that. And once we sort of clear that off, we could clear most of the debris. Then we're going to get that rag that we had last week. Remember when we started shining and polishing this on the inside? We're going to be doing the same thing on the outside. So once we get most of the debris, we're going to sort of clear off most of that and just look at the top of your head, and you're going to start clearing counterclockwise. You're going to take this polish rag. If you haven't been here last week, and I'll just explain that when you clear off whatever's on top of the house or whatever on top of the skylight, and you can see the window, then I want you to start polishing this on a counterclockwise with a white rag that you'll pull out of your pocket. Then, as you do that, realize that that rag is made of light. Make sure you breathe on the glass. So the glass that you see there, when you breathe on a piece of glass, you get that fog. Somehow your vocal energy has to ignite itself to blow this on to start clearing it. Very powerful. Okay, I want you to get comfortable in a chair. Lie down on the floor, a yoga mat or something. If you wish to lie down and have your feet up, which some people are doing, which is okay, it's actually less stress for the heart to pump. Make sure that you're not underneath a ceiling fan. In this process where I'm going to be sending energy to you, we're going to be opening up that energy like a flower, and we don't want a cutting device to be facing you. And if you have a lateral fan or a floor fan, Just make sure it's not facing you. Put it at a 90 degrees so it's perpendicular with you. Don't be in front of a bathroom. Don't be at the bottom of the stairs. When I say the phrase, I'll see you in about 20 minutes, in that time, I want you to just very slowly, okay, get yourself out of your body and go on top of this house or on top of your car, whatever you are vibrating to, whatever, is more comfortable. And then just see what is on top of where your skylight would be located at the top of this house. All right, there's a skylight there. And if you can't find it, that's what we're working on. Those are all those people that threw snow and debris in between the light and that window. And once you locate it, you will see it, because like in real life, you'll see little indentations in the snow or little something. Like it won't be perfectly level because there is an indentation in your energy. So you will see that bit of a dip to find approximately where that window is. Okay. And then we can start sweeping, clear it off, and then start polishing. Take a nice deep breath, everybody. We're going to put everybody on mute here to get some of the street energy off you. Take a nice deep breath, make the intention. May the power of this tuning give the souls that have connected to us a higher vibration than they are presently going through. And anything that they are shifting in their energy, altering or changing in some way, make it as gentle as possible. As they still need to perform their normal daily functions, make it gentle to the point that it stretches over so our bodies can absorb it. We understand that this is our lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, which everything changes and shifts already. And we ask that I'll ride with this energy at this time, because it is a transformational letting go energy. Anything that is heavy, give us the insight to be in that position to start letting some of it go, or all of it if we're ready. Nice deep breath. Just focus on your breathing. Try and inhale as much as you can, just until it would start to hurt a little bit, but just before that. And then blow out anything that feels confining. Turn it into a ball or something. And just blow it out of your next breath. All stresses, all obligations don't apply now. Over these next half hour or so, this is all about you. Start shaking off some of the stresses you've had this week. Some of the people that you've met. Some of the experiences that you've had. And just let it all run down. And let everything go. Keep breathing. Nice deep breath. I want you to just focus on your heartbeat now. See if you can feel your heartbeat in your ear, your forehead, on your face. Can you feel your heartbeat in any other part of your body? Some people will feel it in their knees, or their feet, or their hands. Okay, we're just about there. Take a nice deep breath. There you go. just starts to relax your body from head to toe, right from the top of your skull, the muscles all in there, just get everything relaxed, right down through your tongue, your cheeks, your throat, rest your shoulders. So many of us put the world on that. Just start resting your shoulders, shake things off. Just have your arms just right by your side, just hanging there. Just let them be, right down to your fingers. I want you to put small openings at the end of your fingertips. This particular chakra will run light through your whole body, just like a straw. We want all the entrances and exits to be nice and clean and have no reason for it to bottle up anywhere. So at the end of your fingertips, put little openings so light can get through it or energy can come out of it. And right down through your body. So you're from your chest, your stomach, all your organs, just rest them. You may not feel it, but if you just tell your organs just to relax, they'll listen. Rest your hips, your thighs, rest your knees, your legs right down to your feet. At the bottom of your feet, put 2 openings. At the palm, that would be between the ball of your foot and your heel, but the size of a hockey puck. That way energy can go right through you. Anything that happens, it's like a stream now going through you. And just feel if you were a straw, or if you were a statue that had an opening at the top and the bottom, and you put it in the stream, everything inside would clean out. It would come out of your hands, it would come out of your feet. Just create that, and then take a nice deep breath and just blow that stress off. Okay, we're all ready. Now, I want you to start thinking about all those people that may have put that snow or put that debris over your skylight, and we're going to thank them first for doing that. Because it is the struggle that makes us stronger. All we did was hold on to it. We weren't meant to hold on to it. When we buy weights in a store, it's always because we want to temporarily get stronger by lifting it. We were never meant to hold it all day. It's temporary. So now we let it go. So thank all those people that put that there. And then right away, what would you do to clear it off so your light can come through again? We'll see you in about 20 minutes.
Slowly come back into the state that you were in. Take your time. Keep your eyes closed. Try and remember what you saw, what you felt as you're removing some of these things off your skylight. The shape of the window. Look at details. How thick was it? Was there a taste in your mouth as you were clearing it? Did you hear something? Was there any messages in that? Did you slowly bring yourself back? Bring yourself back into the room, but with one exception. The room is now in a tropical place. It's 40 degrees every day, not a cloud in the sky. But the ceiling and the roof have been removed. So when you look up, all you see is open sky. And it's the bluest sky you ever saw. You're seeing it from inside of the house looking out. And as you look up and you're taking this in, you feel a raindrop on your forehead, then another one on your shoulder, another one on your thigh. And you're starting to hear raindrops throughout the room, and it's picking up. There's more and more rain coming down, but it's all warm rain. It's like a shower. It's coming down pretty good now. It's like a monsoon. And as you look around the room, you see water running down your walls, over your pictures, over your tables and chairs, the floor, the carpet, the hardwood, all soaked. And it's building up a little puddle everywhere. It's all over the sofa, the tables, the bookshelves, whatever you have in that room, it's just pouring. And over to one side of the room, there's a large opening in the floor, but the size of a garbage can lid. And all the excess water is flowing down through there, taking with it everything that you've released in these last 20 minutes. All of judgment, all the responsibilities, whatever hurt that was still inside of you left. And as you clear this room, you're ensuring that as it came out, you're not going to accidentally walk through it, only for it to be reabsorbed into your system to be readdressed again. Because as humans, we like to do new things rather than rehashing old patterns. People don't come into your kitchen to take your garbage away. You have to take it to a curb. And you've let all this out, and the water and everything is taking it away. It's really pouring. You're looking around the room and you're just wondering, what on earth? And as the water starts to drain out of the room, you're seeing the rain starts to subside. It gets less and less, and it's almost now down to a drizzle. And then dead silence. The rain stops. And as you look around this room and this environment, you see water still dripping down the walls with the excess water. It's dripping off the tables and the chairs. And the floor is still wet. And then the sun comes out. It's high noon, and it's like you're in the desert. And anything that the light and the warmth touches, practically instantly gets dry and transmutes. So the sun shines through this room and it showers this with light everywhere. And a moment ago, where the walls were soaked, it's now bone dry. Your tables and your chairs are dry. The hardwood floors and the carpets are now bone dry as well. Everything in the room is dry, with one exception. Where you were sitting, where you were lying down, was in the shade, and it did not get the benefit of the sun. So in this environment, I want you to see, if you're lying down, just roll over so that your back is exposed to the sun. The same if you're sitting down. Turn your back so that the sun can dry your back, because sometimes the energy comes out of your back, and if it does get stuck in there, it will account for some back pain that you might experience in a couple of days. So we're ensuring that doesn't happen. Keep your back to the sun. There's still one or two that I'm waiting for. Okay, it's done. You can bring your back to sitting down on the chair or lying down, turn over. And where you were just sitting, which was soaking wet a moment ago, is now dry as well. And also in this environment, Spirit is reminding me that you have placed openings in your body in various places, namely the tips of your fingers. So close them, please. Just shut them all down, close them off. Those of you that have put any openings in the back of your back, you can close that. And at the bottoms of your feet, just close them up like a dolphin blowhole, or just little doors that close up. So keep all that good energy inside of you. The skylight was never opened, so that is okay to be where it is. But the window has brought in more light. And if any of you are feeling any head pressure, not so much headaches, but if you're feeling a little pressure on one side of your head, Spirit is saying, just create a small opening just for a few seconds to let that energy out. It's almost like somebody wants to get out and there's no way for it to get out, so it bounces around in there. Just create an opening, a doorway, and it will leave. When the pain or when the uncomfortable pressure subsides, you may close that opening. I want you to slowly bring yourself back into the room that you're in, into the chair or the environment that you're in. And count to 5. And in those 5 seconds, I want you to give thanks to your body. Thank your body for keeping you healthy in these COVID times, or their Spirit is saying at any time that there's this much transformation on this planet. Your body goes through a lot. It knows exactly what's going on, and your body adjusts to the increased stress, that is called upon you for kids, business, your bosses, your obligations, the things that are happening in the market. You might seem that you have no control over. And so give your body the thanks for compensating for all of those things to still keep you healthy and happy. It has to work so much harder. And just a couple of more seconds, count, and then when you're ready, you may open your eyes.
Thank you for listening to my online tuning class. Give yourself 24 to 48 hours to process how you are feeling, which gives the body a chance to catch up on what you have cleared today. As these are powerful energy clearing classes that help relax our bodies and assist to reduce stress, if you know of anybody that could benefit from this for future classes, please spread the word. We are located on our Facebook page called Group Tuning Class with Tony, and until next time, namaste.